Senator Rand Paul likes that idea. So, Senator Paul, will there be simplification, you think? Will the new Congress do things like that?
Well, you know, my taxes are too complicated for me to do. I've got to hire an accountant. I've always liked the idea of maybe having one piece of paper. You put your income down, you multiply by 10%, and you send in 10%. You know, the church never asked for more than 10%. I don't understand why the government should get any more.
Steve Forbes, audience likes that. Steve Forbes had a similar plan for a flat tax, though he said you'd have to have it be 17% to get the same revenue they get now.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if government were smaller. I think government's too big, and so if we had a 10% flat tax and that meant government had to be smaller, I'm all for it. But the disconnect is we have a lot of people for lower taxes up here, but we have very few politicians who will vote against the spending. It's easier to be against taxes, but it's harder to vote against spending.
All right, well, when you're talking about lower taxes, some people don't like you for that. There's a columnist in Rolling Stone who says you're a smug little jerk who wants to give tax cuts to rich people.
Well, the thing is you know, the people who create jobs, if we want new jobs, and everybody seems to want more jobs for our economy, we have to be in favor of job creators. And job creators are people who make money. And I guess I don't think I'm an American of the jealous sort. I don't think America is full of a bunch of jealous, envious folks. We are the people who believe that the poorest among us could be the richest among us. Ours was a country for the first time that our political leaders and our economic leaders were voted there by the populace, by democratic capitalism, based on their talent, but not based on who their parents were.
And, of course, to give them the opportunity, they need to be relatively free of taxes and regulations, and increasingly they are not.
Right. Interestingly, the super wealthy a lot of times are liberal in our country because they don't really realize what it's like to pay taxes because they have so much income. It's the middle income folks that see their taxes that are more conscious of their taxes.
Now, the Debt Commission, Obama's Deficit Commission, says we should cap the mortgage deduction and have no itemized deduction for charitable giving. That would be part of their tax simplification. You okay with that? People will gripe about losing deductions. I'm for simplification and getting rid of a lot of deductions if the rate's low enough. The only thing I fear about something that a lot of people have made plans on with the home mortgage deduction and things is that you catch people in midstream. You know, I'm 10 years into a 20-year mortgage on my house. I had planned on having that mortgage deduction as far as in planning on how big a house and how big a mortgage. So I do worry about the disruption there unless you make the rate of my taxes so low that there's no question I'm going to pay a lower rate. But if you take me to 20 or 25% rate and then tell me you're getting rid of my mortgage deduction, it may well not be something that would be good for me or the economy. Thank you very much, Senator Rand Paul.
Thank you.